Hello and welcome once again to Live with Monica interview show. I'm Monica Pierre. Thank you for joining us. This is the show where we spend minutes with amazing organizations and individuals and people doing some great things and why it's so impactful and why it's important. So all this week, we have been focusing on Thrive in 25 Women's Conference coming up at the end of the month. Well, a week and a half from now, actually, in Chicagoland. And we've been talking to speakers and co-hosts. And today we're going to focus not only on a couple of sessions of one that's coming up, but also what it takes to put on a conference that is totally unique, and what does it take to have the type of customized experience you will need to enjoy. So we're so excited. We're going to bring to the show the one and only Jackie Satera, Thrive in 25 Women's Conference operational team member and speaker. We're going to add that. So I don't know how she plans to pull all that off, but we'll find out. Jackie, thank you so much for joining us as we wrap up our spotlight this week on Thrive in 25 Women's Conference.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Retreats, conferences, logistics are my jam, and Thrive in 25 is extra special because it is all about women supporting women, and that is something that is near and dear to my heart. So thanks again for having me.
Well, you mentioned that putting on something like this is your jam. What makes it your jam? What do you like about it when most people are going like, oh my God, it's just so much to remember. And you're so cool and confident the entire time I've been knowing you this week.
Oh, thank you. So for me, I love details. Like the magic is in the details for me, so to speak. So just putting everything together, like who is going to be where, when, what is happening when, just all of the logistics. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love like drilling down, diving deep into the schedule, making sure everybody understands. Using the speakers, for example, we had a speaker meeting this morning and I dove deep into the schedule with them to help them understand what's happening when and who needs to be where when. And it just, I don't know, it makes me happy to help other people understand, right? So like nobody is confused, right? Because nobody likes confusion and chaos.
Right. As people come on, we're going to just say, we have Patricia from Houston saying hello. And we've been really focusing on the different aspects of Thrive in 25. And what you do is amazing because conferences, especially big conferences, can feel overwhelming. When it's a really good conference, you want to just cut yourself in half at least so you can go here and go there and duplicate yourself, multiplicity. So how do you figure out how it can be wonderful, unique, but not overwhelming at the same time?
So what's so special about Thrive in putting all of these details together is we've been working really hard to have everybody have the opportunity to curate their own experience. And so diving a little bit deep into that is there's so many unique opportunities for women to network and even for mentoring to happen during the conference. We have this section that's called Thrive Drive. And so it's a networking opportunity, one-on-one intimate conversations, and you can curate who you want to meet with during that time over the conference experience. And so it's a mix of, right, there's going to be times when we're all in one room together when hearing wonderful main stage speakers. And then as the day goes on, there'll be opportunities to break out into smaller breakout sessions for one-on-ones to happen. We have a photographer that's going to be doing free headshots. We have a red carpet experience. So there's a bunch of different things happening throughout, and people can kind of choose their own adventure, if you will. So if, walking a red carpet isn't their jam, they don't have to do it. But it's there for people that would like to engage in that way.
Right. So I feel it. It is your jam. It is. So I know it's 3 days, basically, a little bit more than that. So kind of give us an overview of day 1, day 2, day 3. And I know one of the things that we talked about is going to be like a little surprise is the fact that the photographer is going to be there and everybody would love to get some photos and things of that nature.
Yeah, so we kick off on a Wednesday night evening with a welcome reception. So everybody that is in town the night before staying with us, we're gonna have some networking opportunities. We also have some sponsors that are joining us during that. They're called our brand builder sponsors. So the individuals will have time to connect with them one-on-one, and then to connect also in just a like low stakes, so to speak, environment, to get to know everybody that you're going to be hanging out with for the next few days. And then the next morning, we officially kick things off. So the full day experience, we have some main stage speakers, and then we move into breakout sessions. And then we have over a 2 hour period, kind of during the day, we have this Thrive Drive experience where mentoring and networking will happen. Then we have some service providers coming. So they're going to be offering, there's going to be some breath work opportunities and also mandala drawings. And then the photographer, like I mentioned, for some headshots, the red carpet experience. And there might be a few other little surprises mixed in there well. So the 2 full days will kind of mimic that experience. And then we close things out on Saturday morning with more main stage speakers. But the best part about Thrive and what excites me the most, of what kind of separates this from other conference experiences, is it's not just this 2.5 day experience, right? It is a year-long experience. So when we all go to say like see you later when we're in Chicagoland, it doesn't stop there. So everybody that's attending gets a year subscription to her C-suite. And I know that you had some of these amazing women on your show earlier this week. Right. And a year subscription to Innovation Women, and a 6-month coaching opportunity with Brave Women at Work. And so, right, like the leadership, the mentoring, the networking, it is going to go long after we all leave Chicago, for those of us that don't live there.
Yeah. We all love Chicago, even though we don't live there. What I have found this week and setting up this special spotlight, Jackie, is that the speakers, the co-hosts, they genuinely, authentically are excited themselves about this conference. And not like, oh, we want bodies and butts in the seats, but that this is going to be an experience that they had a vision for, and now it is coming to fruition and people will get to experience it. Speakers, we come in, we go out, but now we'll be able to be there and connect. So I think kudos should are in order for pulling off something that is extraordinary. And ma'am, you're also going to make sure things are flowing, but you're also going to speak.
I
You're going to do a
am.
session. Tell us about your
I
session.
am. So my session is called Happily Ever After Whatever. And basically, it's just talking about being a woman, right, in this world, in this society, and how, right, you can have a plan and things don't necessarily go to that plan. So it's talking about just writing your own path, right? And not letting necessarily pressures of society or family or whatever come your way and kind of interrupt or make you feel a certain type of way. So I'm so excited for it because it's going to be interactive. As I was building my slides, I'm like really excited for the images that I have. There's going to be like the interactive stuff. It's going to be a great time.
Oh, that's wonderful. Go to thrive-in25.com. All the information about the speakers and the sessions and some of the things that are going to be happening over these wonderful days that won't even feel like it's overwhelming because you're going to be so excited to be there. What about registration? Can people still register? Because I know we're doing Thrive in 25 week all this week, but they're going, okay, you've convinced me today, Jackie. You sold me today. How do they register?
Sure. So registration is live and open until June 17th. So you can visit that thrive-in25.com. We'll bring you to the registration. You can learn all about all the offerings and see who's speaking, who's on the main stage, the breakout sessions, and the service providers that we have. So check out the website if you have not yet done so.
Absolutely. That website is thrive-in25.com. And as we wrap up, what do you see happening going forward? I mean, what is the vision with all these amazing women coming in, all these speakers, all the people and sponsors? Don't forget about the sponsors as well. A year from now, when I'm talking to you, what do you think will have happened with people connecting and being in each other's orbits?
I hope that magic happens for everybody that is attending. And what I mean by that is that the connections last longer just from being in Chicagoland. And I have no doubt that they will, right? So just for everybody to really make the most of their experience there, networking, using LinkedIn, right? Like if you're not a LinkedIn user, getting on there, connecting with folks, keeping the conversation going there, I think that will just open doors for people, help people to reach their dreams, goals, aspirations. And, I always like to say, you never know where a conversation might go. And so there's going to be lots of conversations happening during Thrive in 25. And I can't wait to see where they do go for people.
Wonderful. Same here. Thank you so much for being with us. And hang on just a second. And thanks to all of you for joining us. It's been an extraordinary week. We've had amazing speakers and co-hosts, got an overview of what's going to happen. And I'm not exaggerating. This is a conference like no other. I'm going to be there and I can't wait to connect and to have a conversation a year from now with Jackie about everything you said has come true. Thank you all so much for being with us, and we'll talk to you next time on Live with Monica. Bye-bye.